Last video of the night, 3 videos in one night. Wow. After not making any videos in 8 months, you know. So yeah, I believe in, each one teach one. So that's why I'm making these videos like along my journey. This is the last video, man. I want to talk about. This is a secret for all you freeformers or anybody who's growing like organic locks. This is something that if you can learn how to do, it will help you immensely with your growth process, your locking process, and just your overall crown itself. And this is called a cactus and aloe extract mix. I saw like my island brethren from the Bahamas, I saw them doing this one day, and I saw the whole process that they went through to get this mixture, right? Now, what you would need, the way I was taught to do it, you would need one of these. Some sort of stick, a 2x4 or something, right? You're going to need you some cactus plants. There's different kinds. And depending on which kind you get, it will have an effect on the type of extract you get. You see? Like actually right now I'm growing cactus right now. But the kind that I got, which came from Florida, it doesn't have any of the thorns like, sticking out of it. So that type of extract is not as thick as the one with the thorns and everything sticking out of it. But the one with the thorns and everything sticking out of it, you can get the gunk. This is what you're trying to get, man. This is what you need right here. This is the magical solution. You see, it's frozen. Now, I had this in my freezer for at least 5 or 6 months. I had like 7, 8, 9 jars of this. You see, if you can find out how to get this magical mixture, cactus and aloe extract, store it and freeze it. I'll put them like in this bag, a smaller bag like this, to give it, sit this in there, zip it up, put it in there, and that's how I did each individual jar. But if you can learn how to get this mixture right here, man, what will happen to your crown? It will amaze you. Because once you thaw it out, this is from the thick plant with all the thorns and everything that was in it. It was a 2-day process I had to go through to get this. So, once again, patience. This is what growing your crown, basically Rastafari levity. It's all about patience, man. Guidance, patience, the upfulness, unity, love, strength. Yeah. I don't like to label my God, but I follow Rastafari principles, Like I said, my brethren, them, they Rasta man. I don't really like to label myself, but they will call me a Rasta man. I follow Rastafari principles, so I don't mind that label, Big up to the Rasta man. Big up Haile Selassie. You don't know Rastafari. Ja! Don't be afraid to say it. Yeah. So this mixture, once again, you take the cactus. If you got the smooth cactus, you just cut it up into little squares, chunks, right? You get you a bucket, a white bucket. Boy, this is valuable information I'm sharing to y'all, man. I just happened, my life journey just happened to, I crossed paths and with my brethren them, and I just ran into these things. Get you a bucket like this. Get you a lot of cactus, chop it up. Get you an aloe plant, right? What I do with the aloe is that the outside of the skin, I'll just take the outside, cut it in half, and then I'll get like the juice, like the thick meat out of the aloe, and then I put that over in there. You mix in some water, and then you take this stick and you beat it. You just got to stand over it, man, and just keep hitting it. Keep hitting it with the bucket in between your legs. You know, you might need to add a little bit more water. You can keep adding a little water, and eventually you're going to start seeing all this green gunk coming out of these plants, right? And then you want to have a place set aside. See, I got an island in the middle of my kitchen, so I put paper all over that. I have me a couple of bowls. You got to strain this stuff, man. You got to get you a shirt or like a wife beater. You put the gunk in there, and then you strain it over into another bowl. And as you strain it, you're going to see this gunk coming out. But you want to try to keep that clean, so, as you strain it, and then once you take what's in there and you unravel it and you put it in another bowl, because you can use that again. And then you sit it over in another bowl, you put the shirt, and then you put some more of your cactus and aloe, and then you strain it. Lenny Kravitz got a video. Look up, I don't know the direct name of it or anything, the exact name, but he's showing you how, basically the process, but he's doing it with aloe. The only difference is I mixed in the cactus, because it also gives you certain, properties that's actually healing and helpful for your scalp and everything. So once you get the mixture, man, it's best if you can do it fresh. But this was an experiment to see how long it'll last, man. I had this store for like 5 or 6 months. I did a shakeout today, and it didn't irritate my scalp or anything. So once you get all that and get your, you figure out how to do it without getting all the pieces over in your mixture, if you got any type of mind, you'll figure out how to do that part of it. You wet your hair, you can wash it. Wash it, want your hair to be wet. Go outside and you put, actually I do this over a sink. I have the mixture in this bowl and I'll just keep putting it. You want to make sure that you get it in there, because like I said, the one that I had with all the stickers and everything, I had to use gloves. I had to cut around the outside. I have to pull out all the little stickers. That's why I said it's a 2-day process. But in the end, once you get this magical potion, because what happens is once you put this in your hair, and when I got it stick, like I said, I got some plants, some cactus I brought back from Florida, which is, when I got that mixture, it's not as thick as the one cactus plant with all the thorns. You know what I mean? That mixture is like gummy, And what happens when you put this in your hair, man, and you put it all in there, you gotta shake it. You shake it, and when you shake it, it's forming, it helps form your locks. And it's also adding nutrients to your scalp, you see? So if you got any type of scalp conditions, dandruff, it helps with that. And you shake it and you shake it and you shake it. You might, have this right here with a little bit of water. And you might pour a little bit, because if it's the thick kind, it's kind of, and it's not a neat process. You know what I mean? But once you go through it, the end result, it's like gold. It's like, it's something that's, you can't place a value on it for what it does to your crown, your scalp. So once you shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it, then you just walk around the sun, let it dry where it's not dripping, and you will see a lot of new growth. You will see like locks and stuff you had that you didn't even know. And once you get it all in there like that, that's when you can separate. Because what I know is when you separate just by washing your hair, once you put this mixture in there and it gets down in there and it be thick, you can actually, it's a lot of new growth and a lot of, that's what I call it. And you separate and pull, it's like, like before I did this today, my hair was sticking all up. But once I pulled all the new growth in, now you see how it looks. It's dropped. So this magical potion, man, you need to learn how to make this up. And get you some jars of this and put it in your freezer and store it. And if you can, find the one with the deadly looking sticker sticking out of it. I think his name is Cupid Valentino or something like that on here. He's a freeformer, well known. He showed a process where he does it in a blender, but you're not going to get that much of the gunk out. Because once you put it in there and let it dry, you leave it in for a couple of days and then you just rinse. And you know, you can, it's like another shakeout with it, but it won't be a stick, you know. And then you just let it dry up again, and then you can wash it out the next time. But this potion, if you can find how to get this extract, and you can go through the process of getting it, it will do wonders for your crown, man. This is, if you look up, Bob Marley got a picture where when you see his hair, it's pulled like it's looking straight down, and the secrets, man, of a real Rasta man, you know. Don't take this thing for a joke ever, you know. You see a Rasta man and you see his crown, you big up that man, because what he had to go through to get that. You see anyone, not just a Rasta man, but anyone with free-form locks, you know, you salute them, because it's a process we got to go through. You know, we have to care for this, you know, properly. It's not no joke thing. You know, this is our covenant, a lot of us. That's how we look at it, with God, the original creator. They say Jesus had this look, you know. Regardless of how they try to oppress it, that's what it is. Whether you're a Christian, you call yourself whatever. You see? Africa is the birthplace. So just know that this is something that's royal. This is something that they don't want you to know about. You see? They don't want you to know that your hair can do these types of things. And the salvation, and you know, the levity and the liberation that you get. For me anyway. It's part of my spirituality. You see? It's not for show. It's like a serious thing, man. This connects me. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways. To the earth. To everything. So, whatever you're wearing it for, if you're wearing it for just the way it look, you like the way it look, that's cool. But just know it's a certain power in this. You know what I mean? It's not to be taken for lightly. But this mixture, these secrets that I just showed you and just revealed to you, learn it. Learn how to mash it up, man, in the bucket with the stick. Learn how to strain it. Go through the process. Don't put it in no blender. Learn how to do it the real way, and get you a bunch of it. Not just a little bit here and there. Get you a bunch of it and store it up and freeze it. And use that in your crown once a month, toward the end of the month. Or once every 2 months. Or, you know, at your discretion. And then you'll see, man, how you'll see what it'll do to your crown. And what you can do to your crown if you want to separate. You see? You'll see how healthy it'll look. Along with every other thing that you're doing, like I said in my other videos, eating, drinking water, you know. Make sure you get you some fish oils. You know, the kind that's purified without the mercury. That's good for your skin and your hair and all that too. So take care of yourself, my people. You know, the human race. Yeah. Love, unity, strength. All people. Don't let the negativity and the hatred overwhelm you. You know? Be the opposite of that. Positivity all the way straight through. Yeah. Salute. Bless up. Take care of yourself. And I hope that these videos will help you on your journey. Because it is a journey.